Yo guys, welcome back to another NFT watchdog video. I'm going to talk today about a project called Project 3333. This project looked great on the paper, but not so much. Once you look into it, you kind of realize something is going on. There is some very important question to ask to the creator, and unfortunately they seems to ignore the people asking them, and it looks like a pyramidal scam. So I'm going to explain you, and it's important for you to watch until the end if you're really into NFTs. If you are an investor, for example, or a collector, you want to invest into the right project, so you want to know and to detect what is wrong or right with the project, and that's where you're not getting scammed, you're not getting into a rug pool. So it's important you watch because I will explain that. And also at the same time, if you are an NFT creator, you will also understand what you should do better and straight away, even before you start the project, to make sure that your community is big and strong and that your project goes up to the end with a great outcome. So watch until the end. I'm going to start straight away. We have this project which is then 3333 NFTs that will be released about the 3rd of December, if I remember well. It's going to be on the Ethereum blockchain. We have some explanation about the art here, because of course that looks cool, I must say, but we would like to know who is the artist. So they are explaining us here what the project about, and if you read, you can see quickly that it's Hisoka Gaka, the artist. They said he has allied with professional blockchain and marketing PR companies based in Asia to ensure the project longevity. Our team of experts developed a proprietary AI algorithm to split each of the artist's attributes into various components. So let's be clear, guys, there is no AI. So that's a big word people are using all the time. There is no AI, okay? You don't need AI to generate NFTs. There is a software that can do it fairly quickly. I talked about it before. It's called appzeus.co.uk. You can go here and you can generate your art. All you have to do is to separate your layers and go for it. So there is no AI. They didn't create any AI, but they don't talk much more about it after that because it's just a word, guys. It's marketing, okay? AI algorithm. It's not AI algorithm. They are also saying that the artist behind it, Hisoka, he wants to bring a distinctive aesthetic quality to the art. And they say again, our exceptionally talented artist has spent months creating this body of work, spending hours at a time working on each of the finer details. And blah 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 blah. The problem is, if you take this here, Hisoka Gaka, if I'm going to Google and I search for his name, I've got nothing. You can go, I search for a long time, okay, to make sure until I did something that I should have done first. But I search everywhere. All you can see, of course, here some retweets. Is our artist. That's the same. That's Project 3333 posting. Until I put this into Google Translate on auto detection, and of course it's Japanese. And what does it mean? Secretly a painter. All right. So then I got my answer. That's why I cannot find him anywhere, because this is secretive. They are not going to give you the name. And I saw many people asking about it, and they always said, no, the artist wants to stay undoxed. He wants to stay anonymous. Something you guys need to know when you look into an NFT project, if you cannot find out who is the artist behind it, there is something wrong. That's the main things here. In the NFT project, the main things we're talking about here is creative arts, and they're talking about the culture of Japanese cultures and stuff. So they should let us know who is the artist. We need to know who he is. We need to see social media. We need to see what he's done before. But here, no, we don't see anything. So they probably recruit some dude that does great illustration, because honestly, it looks cool. I'm not going to criticize the artwork, but we don't know who is the artist. And not knowing who is the artist is kind of a first warning. You need to know that. It's a first warning. Also, when you don't know who is the main developer, maybe not the whole team, but at least the developer. And here, as you can see in the main menu, you have the artist, Mint, Whitepaper, Discord, Twitter. That's it. Job done. No team. We don't know. We are not going to know who is the team. And if you go to their Discord, you can't find out, except for the main dev or couple others. But you go to the Twitter of the main dev, and you will see something also seems to be a bit wrong. But I will talk about this later on. So that's the first problem here. We don't know who is the artist. That's kind of sad. Anyway, we for the other information, we know that we have a pre-sale going on the 3rd of December. I don't think the public mint will be the same same day. Usually it never happen. You have that 2 days later on. 1,333 NFTs at 0.15 Ethereum, which is you can mint 5 maximum at a time, which is about $500,000. And then we have the public mint. At 2,000 NFTs, you guys can mint up to 10 NFTs each, and this is going to be a total of $2.3 million. All right, remember this. So we have, within all the project, if everything sells out, we are going to get about $2.8 million of sales, which is great because it means we have a lot of money into the project to start working into the roadmap of the project. So let's look at the roadmap. Obviously, that's what we need to do. So here they're talking about stacking, but they are not actually giving any information on is it going to make you some money or whatever. It's more about creating a tight community that stick together and work toward the future utility of the NFT. Stage 2, we have DAO, and DAO it's pretty common now. If it's not like a standard, it's a standard, I would say. We can vote with our NFT. So if you hold one, you have the right to vote during the next decision of the project, where the money is going, what we are going to do with the money, blah blah blah. So you can decide. Okay, that doesn't give us much information about what the project about at the end, but whatever. Stage 3, we have a manga series. So that starts to be something we want to read. Something interesting. We want to know about this manga series because that's something more concrete, something more solid, all right? But we don't have much information, unfortunately, about this. Neither into the white paper. We just have, we are proposing to release a manga series in consultation with our community. This will reinforce the culture around our project and will incorporate storylines voted and written by some of our community members as well. Okay, so they are not talking about hiring a professional for this, like someone really a professional. I mean, someone who can draw manga, someone who can write a storyline, a proper script writer, etc. It's the same as if you're making a movie, but we don't have that here. It seems to be only the community. So if within the community we don't have anyone who know how to draw properly or make a script, yeah, it's going to be hard to make this manga series, I guess. And anyway, this manga series is not going to make us any money. As far as I can see here, I'm not reading any future for this. Is it going to go into the shop? Can we buy it, something? And is the money going to be redistributed to us? Nothing. So it seems like no plan. It's just throwing some roadmap. It's stage 4, but we don't have much information about that. And then stage 4, sister collection. If the current NFT project sells out and it's going well, they will make a sister collection, so you guys can spend again money into it, make more money to the dev. So why I'm saying this, making more money to the dev, because as far as I can see here, there is nothing that justify about almost $2.3 million. Nothing. And if you guys think there is anything here into this roadmap that justify spending $2.3 million for this NFT project, you guys, I'm sorry, but you really need to watch more of my other videos and talk more with the community, because you guys are wrong. It's not worth it here. There is nothing justifying this. I wouldn't even give $10,000 to this, because even a manga series, I'm not even sure it's going to come out. It's not going to make money apparently, so yeah, I don't know. So next we have some FAQ, and within the FAQ it's usual shit, but the place I want to look at, it's how to join the whitelist. We always have a whitelist in an NFT project, which is totally fine. It's a way to give some kind of gift to people who are good and active in a community, bringing people together, answering questions, being smart, a whole bunch of things. So why not? But the problem here with them, and that's what we see, I would say 99% of the time, when a team behind an NFT project doesn't really know what they're doing or not interested to make a proper community, I would say, they ask to invite a lot of people to get into the whitelist. And here we can see 15 people. You need to bring at least 15 people to the server, then you will get into the whitelist. The whitelist is not going to give you a discount, but just put you in the whitelist, which is warranting you guys to be able to mint before the public sale, where it's supposedly going to sell out very quickly, so you might miss out. So you want to be in the whitelist for this reason, not for a discount, but at least to be able to mint. The problem is invite 15 people. So what happens when you do that? We get a bunch of people using bots and spamming around on every other NFT project, and you get spam, spammed myself about 5 times. I think 5 or 6 times I get spammed by this NFT project. That's why I finally decided to look into it, which means it's working. You see, at some point, finally, I'm getting into it because I saw I received some spam. But to be honest, when I receive a spam, most of the time I just delete. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. But since I'm part of the NFT watchdog, I have to kind of look into it anyway a bit because we can detect some upcoming rug pull and other bad shit. So we want to tell you. So that's why I'm looking into it. But here it's bad. That's not the way to do. When you, if you are actually someone that is creating an NFT project, you need to know, guys, don't invite 15 people. It's don't invite more than 3, and the 3 invitees, they need to be active. So you can put people in a whitelist only if the people they brought to their server are active. And for that you can use boots, and that's going to tell you if they are active or not, at least for 7 days active or stuff, like a long period, not just active 1 day. And that's where you avoid boots, you avoid inactive account, etc, etc. Because here what happened when you invite 15 people, and it's still fairly low here because I saw 100 sometimes. It happens, they ask you to bring 100 people, but here it's 15. So let's say they're fairly they're fair, okay, but it's still bad. Because of that I received 5 spam, so I'm tired of it. But anyway, we are going to get a lot of people inactive, and majority of them will be inactive in the server. And when you look at their Discord, I think there is over 50,000 people. No, the 45,000. But when you look at the chat, it doesn't justify. It's not. It seems to be a lot of inactive account and a lot of boot. So that's what you get if you're asking people to invite 15 people to your server. You're going to get a lot of inactive accounts. Those inactive accounts are not doing any good to your community. They are not doing anything to your community. They're just growing up a number, and that's not that okay. In a point of view of marketing, the big numbers kind of attract more people, and people would say, oh, I will listen to this guy because he has more followers than this guy. People could do the same watching my videos, and it happens sometimes. They will say, oh look, he has only 100 followers, so what he's saying is shit, but this guy has 10,000, so for sure what he's saying is right. But no, it's not true. It's totally not true. That doesn't justify anything within the project itself. So for an NFT project, seeing a big numbers doesn't justify anything unless you start to see that people are really active like crazy in the chat. You see them texting, but for almost 50k people, you will see it going crazy normally. On this project, it doesn't. So since we are here now, we are going to look at the white paper, because there is no team, so I cannot talk to you about the team. I heard them talking during the AMA, but no one is doxed, except maybe the main dev, but it's not a real dox, because it's not a real doxing, because he's not showing his face. We don't know his real name. He's just throwing up some stuff, and his Twitter is fairly new. We will see this later. So on the white paper, first things you can notice, and that's why you have to be careful when you see this, a white paper with 14 pages, yes, why not? Still a bit small, but what is really concerning is when you see that there is almost no text. Photo, a bit of text, not much here, no, nothing here. Yeah, nothing, it's just graph. So yeah, when you see this, you start to wonder, okay, if it's like a quickly done white paper, and that's pretty much what it is here. And once again, they are using a lot of things they are already saying on their website, so we don't learn much more. However, we have an interesting part here, which is the reward for the samurais, because you guys, once you invest into this project, you are considered to be a samurai and part of the community. So what they are doing, they are taking 10% from the secondary sale. The secondary sales market is going to be OpenSea, but it's 10% royalties, and that's not something we see too often. Usually it's 2.5, 3%, but not 10%. And normally the royalties are going to go to the pocket of the artist and no one else. But the structure that they are using here is clearly to make people, I think they're going to make money out of it somehow. It's kind of making them feel like they're going to be more involved into the project and etc. But end of the day, you will see the one that are profiting of this is only the dev and not the community. Unlike what they're saying yesterday during the AMA, you have 123 NFT telling people he wants this project to be a community project. The community is going to do everything, deciding everything through a DAO utility, etc, etc. But no, when we do the maths at the end of the day, you will see it's not at all what it is, and what we are reading here is pretty bad. So we have a 10% royalties on OpenSea. On this 10%, only 6% will be taken to a community vault. So for a community vault, you need a structure behind. You need a pancake swipe that is, they have a vault. You have a Uniswap that has a vault. No explanation on where the money is going to go here. We don't know where is the vault. We don't know. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the main dev is going to take care of that. I don't know. We don't know. So it's not automatic as it appears. We should see this all data is in the smart contract, but once again, we don't have access to the smart contract, no security audit on the smart contract, nothing. But anyway, only 6% going to the community vault for them to decide of the initiatives, like how much to spend in marketing, what to do next, how to hire and spend money for the guy going to make the manga, etc. Then we see this one here, 0.5 Ethereum given away every 100 mint. No details about it, but then finally here we have the details. So you see it was just to complete the image and the picture to make it more full of something. So yeah, they wrote it here again. It's not 0.5 and 0.5 Ethereum. It's only 0.5 Ethereum every 100 mint, and also goes back into the vault for the community to decide and stuff. The same as the 6% here. Now let's listen to something very interesting.
Ricky asked this question in the AMA chat. His question is, what is the marketing strategy after mint date?
Well, the marketing strategy is basically, again, a community decision. The community have a budget. It's up to them to decide which amount, which part they spend on utility, or they spend it on marketing. Look, I'm an entrepreneur in real life.
Okay, I will stop here because after we can talk about what he's going to say, because once again we cannot verify anything, but he's clearly saying about the community deciding about utility and spending into marketing. So obviously we should get a fair amount of money here to be able to develop the NFT project, right? Unfortunately, it's not what it is at all. You can read this here quickly and without kind of noticing the problem here, but me, I notice it straight away. So let's do some maths, guys. So if we have 100 NFTs sold on the secondary market, we're going to see about exactly 25 Ethereum of sales. We have 10% of this that is taken as a royalties, which is 2.5 Ethereum. And on this 10%, only 6% are going back to the community, which is 0.15 Ethereum. And we have an extra, a bonus, 0.5 Ethereum that is also going to the community. So we have now a total of 0.65 Ethereum for the community, while there is 1.85 Ethereum that are going to the pocket of the dev. So we have $8,600 for the dev, which is 74% of the package, and $3,000 to the community. So the community gets 26% of it, while the dev gets 74% of it. So you see the problem here? From what he was saying and what they always say, they always into the community is going to build this, the community is going to do this, blah, blah, blah. Yet the community is getting 26% of the benefits. That's it. And I'm only talking about the rewards here, guys, because on the total sales, $2.8 million, what the community is getting. What, we're getting a manga? That's it? A manga? We don't even have details about it. So we pretty much have, we are not going to get anything basically. And the secondary market means people are reselling between them and etc, etc. You know, at some point it's become slower and slower for sure. So yeah, not much to expect from this. As you can see, these rewards are pretty bad, but let's keep up with the records, because now we can talk about something else that is also very interesting.
I built 5 companies and 3 different countries, and I am not present in all these countries at the same time. So marketing is a word.
So you see, he's telling about his 5 companies in 3 different countries. The problem is we don't know who he is. There is no way to know. He's not doxed. We have his Twitter, his OpenSea, but that doesn't tell us who he is. We don't know what is his LinkedIn link. We could see into his LinkedIn what is his company and if he successfully runs them. If it's real, if he's not lying, we don't know that. So I'm not saying he's lying here, but we don't know it. And how you can trust someone like this, just saying stuff like that. We don't know. And we clearly see that, yes, indeed, if he's a real businessman, he does very well, because he's getting back 74% of the benefits here on the secondary market. On top of the $2.8 million, minus what is going to spend in marketing, despite the fact that he's telling people he doesn't want to spend into influencers and stuff like that. It seems like he did it anyway. Clearly, he has a lot of boots on his Discord, so he's spending money into marketing. It's not only the community making the marketing for sure. So yeah, that's pretty interesting that he says that. And now what he's saying?
When we say marketing, it doesn't mean that you need to have an influencer or you need to have your picture every day on the head pages of the best marketing you can give to people is a good product.
So yeah, that's it. The best marketing you can give to people is a good product. But you guys tell me, what's the product here? What good product do we have? We've got no good product. There is nothing solid. There is no product because the roadmap is total crap. So there is no product. So unless he can fix this properly and prove me wrong, as far as I know, this is not going to go anywhere well for anyone investing into this. All you're going to do, guy, is giving money to this dude and you lose your money. You're never making it back, and there is nothing going on with this project. That will be dying for sure. So there is also another question that was asked about the future of the project, and once again, this is really not clear at all. You will see what the question right away.
Great. I kind of wanted to know what your goals or objectives are in the long term for the project.
Well, that's an easy answer. So we have quite a lot prepared, but if you have been here from the start, it is the community that will decide. So we have prepared a lot of things. Our contract is also created in a way that can interact with any other tool that we will apply after that, staking, DAO, and so on.
Okay, I stop here. You see, he's talking about the smart contract here. He's telling people that the smart contract has been prepared in a way to interact with stacking, DAO, the future metaverse, 3D gaming, etc. Everything possible, like he said. But we don't have access to the smart contract, so we don't know if what he's saying is true. We cannot read into this contract, we cannot see anything. And usually when you have a project that is bad and that's not going to work, we don't see the smart contract. That's always like that. So if you are an investor, you will know that. If you cannot read about the smart contract before anything happens, you should not get into it, because the smart contract is clearly the way for you to be certain of certain things within the roadmap. And here we cannot double check. We cannot see who's getting the money, how the money is dispatched. We don't see anything. So yeah, that's a problem. Let's see what else he's saying.
NFT gaming, metaverse, 3D, everything will be possible. And like I say from the start, this project is basically the community. And you don't know on the forehand which type of community you have, which type of talent you have, because a lot of these people will maybe have some skills into the NFT world, and NFT and coding and so on. So we have a lot prepared. We will maybe from today, tomorrow, or after tomorrow, even publish the things that are on table. But at the end, it will be the community deciding.
So they have a lot of prepared already. Everything is prepared, but maybe tomorrow, which is today now, they will put everything on the table, which means on their website or the Discord. And as far as I know, there is nothing yet. I haven't seen anything, and it's already almost the end of the day. So yet to know what's going on into their roadmap, we don't know. And he talks again a lot about the community taking charge of everything, which is cool. That's called a DAO, so nothing new here. Unfortunately, if they don't have the money to do so, how are they going to do? And here they clearly won't have the money to do anything, because most of the money is going into the dev pocket. So yeah. So also he's giving us advice, and they are funny because he doesn't give us the tools to actually do what he's saying here. So I'll let you listen to this.
If I'm by educating people, by giving them the chance to have a new entry door into this space, not only social media, and be airdropped in a parachute, and hoping that you are lucky that you get in a good place, that you don't get scammed. But it's quite hard in this space. So if I may give you a good advice, study the space. Don't rush. Especially don't rush.
So yeah, study the space, don't rush, guy. But the problem is how you can study the project you're trying to get into it if you don't have people dogs, you don't have the team that is dogs, you don't know who is the artist, etc, etc. So, and not a proper white paper. So it's quite funny that he talks about how to educate people into the space and stuff when he's not giving us the tools to do so. Very interesting. They also talk about FUD, so I want to make you listen to this one.
Those who are very new to the space, you must understand that when a project starts to get the awareness and it starts to get, you know, a little bit famous out there, you will always have the self-serving people that are trying to destroy this for their own gain.
Yeah.
And there are certain things operating on the side. Like I've spent a lot of my time analyzing the space, especially to fight scammers, and you find a lot of them who are using extortion methods, you know, through spreading misinformation. So it's important that you guys actually ask yourself, like, why? It's very common in actually big projects to get these kind of unverified information. But starting about that, actually, we're very open, you know, about the information that we put out there, and we'll always make sure that the concerns are addressed in a logical way, but when it doesn't make sense, we will have a zero tolerance for FUD policy starting now.
So you say he's saying that he's answering all the question everybody has, but he doesn't give space to FUD. And the problem is when I observe their Discord, I can see that they're kicking out people for some normal question. And basically, you know, when people are actually worried about a project and not certain about something, they will always ask questions. And so you should do what? You mute them if they are too aggressive. You answer their question in a special channel for that, and you tag them there. They have time to read, you unmute them, and everything go fine. But if you kick them out, they're going to go back hard on you and more upset, and that's not going to help for your community. But that's what happens when you don't know what to answer to people, like who is the artist, why he's not dogs. You're going to give some bullshit answer about why he's not dogs and why yourself are not dogs. Always some bullshit answers going to make people crazy, and then you're going to call it FUD. No, it's not FUD, mate. It's the reality. It's what it is. So normally a good community, a good project that is clear from the beginning, you don't get much people going to feud around it. There's no much problem going on. So yeah, the way he's talking about this, it's interesting because end of the day, they are kicking out people for asking the right question. So lastly, he talked about himself as a big collector. So I want you to listen to this.
I don't know if you guys have visited my NFT account. It's the same like you see it. It's 123 NFT. I'm a big collector, you know. I have over 2,500, 3,000 items. Some hide and some visible. I think 1,800 you can view. And before I am involved into this team, I am an investor. So I went through all the processes that you can imagine in this space. From, you know, fake communities to scams, all different types of scams. You know?
See, I don't know why he's talking about straight up about scams and fake communities and all different type of scams. He seems to be very aware of how it works, how the scams are working, which is not reassuring for anyone listening. Anyone smart will kind of get it that it's something maybe is dodgy going on, especially when you don't know who is the guy, like clearly. And it's not because you have his OpenSea that you know who he is. We don't know who he is. We don't know his real name. If tomorrow he disappeared, you have no idea who is the guy. You haven't seen his face. As far as I know, he hasn't doxed himself properly. He's not even half doxed. So it's kind of weird. He's insisting always. It's not the first time. During the AMA, often he talks about scam, and like he's aware, he knows how it works. Yeah, I guess he knows. So I've been looking into the OpenSea, and indeed he has a big collection. He's a real collector. Most of them don't have much value. Some of them have big values, but also he got a lot of for free. Already, he just minted for the gas fee, and he got it. So it's not surprising he has so many. Now if you go into the block share, you can see he had about $1.6 million of transaction. So he's fairly a good a big collector. He did actually do some business with that. He's doing trading on NFTs and probably other stuff, because we can see here he has a lot of ERC token, 82, about 82. And as for the NFT, at least the 721, he has 253. I'm not sure why we cannot see the 1155 NFTs, but must be somewhere. So I guess that's why we can see a total of 1000 something, 600. Like he said, some of them are hidden. Now what you need to understand, that doesn't make the project more safe for you, because yeah, we don't know who he is, we don't know who is this what is his business. We haven't seen if he has been successful in anything. He's hiding. And I know these things because I saw often some people even would tell on my YouTube that look, this guy has only 100 followers, so what he's saying we cannot trust. While there is another guy with 10,000, we can trust him. But no, the guy with 10,000, he started with 100 also, you know, he started from zero like everyone. So having a lot of NFTs doesn't justify you to be safe for the community. It's like having a very expensive NFTs, just because you spend the money doesn't make you more valuable or more safe for the community. And that will become more about flexing than something else. So here, okay, it's good, we can see he's involved, but it doesn't give us a clear indication of him being serious and his project to be serious. On top of this, we need to see who he is and what he's done before, and of course he needs to fix the white paper, he needs to fix the roadmap, and also to clarify about these rewards for the samurai, because obviously he's making most of the money, and you need to tell people where is the $2.3 million going. We want to know what is it for, and yeah, because that roadmap doesn't justify $2.8 million. If we visit his Twitter, you can see 94 followers. He's here since May 2021. So if that's his real account, is the first one he opened, that will make it quite a recent account for someone with over 1,600 NFTs. We can see here he's showing that he's part of Moon Boots and 888 Inner Circle. The Moon Boots, for example, but it's not that great. I mean, if you look at what they're doing, they are existing here since only a few months. Their Instagram has only a few posts, and it's only since when September 14th, you see, it's quite recent. They have a Twitter as well, only 46 followers, no stories almost. It's interesting what she's saying, but that doesn't justify, like, it's marketing stuff, and it doesn't seem to be a big, something big, and almost, I don't know, maybe they disappeared, or there's nothing going on with them, so trying to reassure people that the project is good because the project is also part with the My Moon Boots. That doesn't justify anything. You can see here he welcomed Jason Jape, so this one has a lot of retweets and stuff. I didn't go through all the stuff, but I wouldn't be surprised if Jason AU, maybe Jason AU is simply doing some advertising or retweet. You can pay him to retweet your project or stuff like that. Maybe I'm wrong about this. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Maybe someone can clarify this, but I'd find out if you can pay him, because this guy advertised a lot of projects and stuff. So I'd like to clarify this somehow. I will do it. Anyway, I guess many people will come toward our Discord, our NFT Watchdog Discord, and give us more information about this project, about these guys, the team behind it. So we try to clarify anything and make sure that people don't get scammed. If they start to invest into this, which looks like a pyramidal scam, we definitely need to clarify this before and make sure it's not. And yeah, so I think this video gives the occasion for the dev to justify everything that I said, to give counter argument, to explain about this rewarding our samurai, this 10% royalties, 6% out of it going into the community. Yeah, there's many things, many points that are raised here, many concerns. I guess you guys get the point. I hope you fix the matter. I will leave you there. Just make sure that you guys very be careful when you look into a project. As a creator, as an artist, as an investor, as a trader, very be careful about different things. You need to know who is behind the project. Look clearly, deeply into this. Don't be lured by the number of people on Discord. Here you can see they have almost 50,000 people, but Twitter has only 5k. That doesn't sound good. We can tell there is a lot of bots for sure. and lot of inactive people, like I was explaining before through the roadmap. You don't want to see them asking like bring 15 people, 20, 100 people. That's not going to be good for the community at all. Yeah, you need to have a proper roadmap, etc, etc. So you guys have a lovely end of the day, and I see you later. If I have more information about them, I will let you know. I hope they're going to come toward us to our Discord and give us some answers and fix whatever we saw that is wrong, because there is a lot of things wrong. So yeah, I'll see you later, guys. You take care. Bye bye.